Okay, we told you last night that we were going to do a video today on how we make our track, and that's exactly what we're going to do right now. We start in Google Earth, and we use our KMLs. We got to get it all updated. It'll download. We don't need that low. We need Hurricane Rina only, and all we want is her position. So we got to go up here and uncheck models. Okay, we have the latest position now as a Category 2 hurricane, right there. And we want to zoom in a little tighter. We want to get the area where we want to actually have our track show. That looks about good right there. We're going to make sure we're positioned north. And then we're going to go grab another tool called Snipping Tool. And we're going to grab the part of that image that we want. It's going to be right about there. We're going to grab that much of the image, save that as anything. I'm going to call it capture2.jpg. No, not jpeg. .png. I'm going to save that. Yes, I do want to replace it because that's the last one I used. Alright, we're going to close that down. Close that down. Well, actually, we don't need this. We're going to close that. Pull up our pictures, or we just save that. And we're going to pull up capture2.png in Adobe Fireworks, and that'll get us ready to start our track. Now we got to figure out where we want this thing to go. We're going to do that on my website. First, we're going to look at steering currents, and I'm going to see a loop of those. But right now, you can see this high right here is moving across, and that's going to push her west to west-northwest over the next day or so. And then as that high pulls away toward this direction, it will be able to round up the back side of it. And then the front coming down is right across this area right now. You can't really see it in this picture, but it's there. Is coming down. It's going to ride right up that near the Florida Peninsula and out into the ocean. So the other thing we got to look at, well, right now, that's all we're going to look at right now, actually. As we know this front is coming in behind this high, and we know this high is here. So what we're going to do right now is go ahead and draw our center track for Hurricane Rina. I'm calling it Rina. Okay? So we are expecting more of a general west to west-northwest over the next few days. We got to make that line a little thicker so people can actually see it. We're going to keep it going that way and slowly turn it over as we get very close to the Yucatan Peninsula. Something very similar to the hurricane center right now. And we're actually going to still bring this pretty close to South Florida because I think the timing of that front is still coming in about the same place. This is about a 7.5 day forecast right here. I don't ever put a time frame on my forecasts. I never have, and don't plan to anytime soon because that makes for some legal issues if somebody gets the storm earlier than they expected or later than they expected. Oops, don't want that line to be yellow. Let's turn this line back to red. That was an accident. Alright, we got to get this right here is going to be our actual cone, and we're going to make that slightly opaque, putting that to about 50%. Alright, you can see the cone now, and now we just got to make a cone. And where's our uncertainty? Our uncertainty is to the south of this track, of course, and I'm not even really going to go too far out on this north end because I believe my track is pretty accurate from there. But we got to build a bit of a cone down here also. Oops, don't want to move the whole thing. Let's undo. Got to build a bit of a cone right here and bring this around to here. Gonna actually let it look a bit like that. don't want to move it. There we go. Not really think it's going to go north from this position. Of course, I'm going to leave Cuba in that cone due to the current models for the system. That's another thing I look at when I go ahead and draw up these forecasts. The models today have been a bit different, actually bringing it very close to or farther north on Florida. Amazingly, I didn't expect to see this. A few of these models actually going farther north. And that's all GFS Ensemble agreeing with BAMD. And you also see more models now wanting to just go back out toward the west. And that, of course, is still a possibility also. And the Hurricane Center sticking with that turn into Cuba, which I still don't agree with. But we will see. Whoops, wrong click. Visible imagery is definitely showing an eye forming, which means that she is still strengthening and is not showing a whole lot of relief or a whole lot of shear. So she is probably going to continue strengthening. And I'm going to take a look at the water vapor imagery right now to get a better idea of how much dry air is going to be wrapping into the center of this thing. Let's get that going. And I also need to take a look at on my site. I got to take a look at the wind shear so I can get an idea of the intensity that this system is going to have when it nears the Florida Peninsula or anywhere, because that's all that's left here is we need our intensity forecast. Oh, and I also have to put my logo on there. And oh, I already opened it. I gotta open my old image and just take this layer and this layer and this layer, copy it and paste it. Alrighty then, that's good. Right there, we need to change this to 10/25/2011 at 2 p.m. Even though it's only 1:06, this track won't be released till around 2 p.m. Alright, now we need to get the intensities. Wow, look at that wind shear. She is going to be moving into that wind shear as that wind shear is moving west and southwest. No breaks ahead for her. She's just going to be getting that shear. It's going to start affecting her very soon on the north end of the system. It's definitely building in and strengthening. There's no relief ahead. She's going to be getting hit with that shear. You can see the dry air to the north too, but that's not wrapping into the center right now, so it shouldn't be an issue at this time. So based on what we see here, with the shear moving down, strengthening, holding together, and moving toward Rina, it gives me an idea that she's going to begin to weaken quite soon, but she still has a chance to build some strength over the next few hours. So I'm going to bring her to a category 3 right here at 115. And I'm actually going to bring her up a little more to 120 up here. And then she'll start to encounter some shear. I'm going to go back to 115 right there. And she's really going to be starting to encounter some shear. I'm going to go to 80 to 90 right here. And really, really, really encountering shear. 75, and the shear has pretty much taken its toll now, and I'm going to go to 60, and up here probably going to be absorbed by a cold front. I'm going to go with 45. That shear is going to take a huge toll on her once she moves north at all. So that's how we make our forecast. You just saw the whole forecast made live. And now we just have to upload it to ImageShack. Well, we have to export it. Export it as a JPEG. We need to File, Export Wizard. We're going to export it to the web. And now we're going to save it as a JPEG. We're going to export. Capture to, save. OK. Close. Yes. And then we got to go to imageshack.com and upload our image. on Image Shack. ImageShack.com. That's going to give us our place to upload our image. Alright, here it is. No, we don't want to block it. We want to browse. And we want to select capture2.jpg. Very similar to our last track. Not changed much. Except for the intensity, of course. We missed the intensity very bad on this one. And yes, CGweather does say we were wrong. So, alright, here's the direct link. And that's ready to be posted. Thing.fm, we're going to post it right in front of your eyes. Log in. Updated. Forecast. Track. From CGweather. And here is your link. Alright, have fun checking it out. Thanks for watching, and subscribe to the channel if you liked the video.